I need help. I was just watching a Cookie Crisp commercial when I said, they don't look like that in real life. And all these pixelated cookies started coming out of the TV screen. Now my room's infested with them. They're everywhere. On the floor, in the walls, on my toothbrush. Everywhere except the milk. I don't even understand the science behind all this. I just want them out of here. But luckily, I know a guy. You could say he, bakes the rest of the competition.
No!
Okay, I'll call him. Hello? Yeah, this is him. Yeah. What? Look outside my door. Figure it out. Welp. Every console is known for a certain type of game. The Super Nintendo is renowned for its RPGs. The N64 has some of the greatest co-op experiences out there. The PS4 and 5 have some of the best third-person experiences imaginable. And the Xbox had the most cutting-edge and advanced shooters on the market. This intense specialization of a certain type of game creates an image for the console. Notice how the Wii is seen by like 95% of the population as the Wii sports machine. Let's take a look at the NES, one of the most famous consoles of all time. Many people remember it for kickstarting the platforming genre, boosting it to the top in preparation for the 16-bit golden age. This is absolutely warranted, as the system was designed perfectly for side-scrollers. I mean, you got Super Mario Bros. 1 through 3, Kirby's Adventure, Castlevania, Contra, Ninja Gaiden, and the list just goes on. However, I want to make the case that there's another genre that the NES does just as well as it does platformers. I'm talking about puzzlers, baby! When I started to collect for the NES, I had to search out the essential games. So of course one of the first games I got was Ninja Gaiden, along with Tetris. Then I went and found a copy of Mario 3 and bought it with Dr. Mario. Then there's Tetris 2, Palamedes, Kickle Cubicle, Crazy Creatures, Hatris! Many a night I found myself chilling out, listening to some music, and playing Tetris. And whenever we had time, my mom and I would always compete with Dr. Mario or try to beat each other's high score in Tetris. And I vividly remember playing through the craziness that is Crazy Creatures with a friend on New Year's Eve 2021. The point is, while I played a lot of side-scrolling classics the NES is known for, I most definitely spent the most time playing all of the amazing puzzlers. Yoshi's Cookie is one of the few that I never ended up playing, even though I've seen it at like every video game store. But thanks to this surreal event, I can finally see what it's like. Bear with me for a minute as I paint a picture. You walk into your local video game store. The smell of 30-year-old plastic, dust, and rubbing alcohol wafts through the air and sets your mind into a euphoric state as you mosey on over to the NES section. While a lot of the games you want are secured behind a locked case, you glance down at the open shelf of games to find what else than a billion copies of games like Golf, Silent Service, Bases Loaded, and NFL Football. These games are always here, and they're super cheap, at like $3 to $5 per game. Yoshi's Cookie is one of these games, relegated to the shelf of misfit games, where the prices are low and the quantity is high. Today, we're blowing off the dust that's caked onto that bargain bin. We're showing the people of the world that these games are games, not just some paperweights. At least, I think so. Let's play it. The first thing you'll notice about this game is that it's cute. This opening scene is really all it takes to pull me in. From here you can choose from the game's two modes, single player and versus. These two modes have several differences from each other, but since I got these gosh darn cookies flying around everywhere, we'll be sticking to single player for now. Next are the factory standard puzzle game options. You get to select the stage, the speed, and most importantly, the music. Which, by the way, the music in this game, as well as like every other NES puzzler, is always a lot better than it needs to be. The game takes place in this claustrophobic little cookie factory. You technically play as Mario as you try to match up all the cookies in alike rows either horizontally or vertically. You use the D-pad or these levers to control this little cursor that can move any row or column of cookies. Every level starts you off with a pretty good chunk of cookies ready to be matched, and you usually end the stage pretty fast if you can match them all at the start. However, if you stall, the cookies will keep falling into the pile from the top and to the right, so match them fast.
And today's letter is the letter C.
There's a few different kinds of cookies. Most of the cookies are variations on the jam shortbread cookie, but there are also some checkerboard cookies thrown in to mix things up. None have any special properties, except for one, the Yoshi cookie. This cookie essentially acts as a wild card. Just put it down in any old row and it'll do the trick.
Perfect!
The challenge in the game purely lies in the falling cookies. What may start as something that seems manageable can turn into mayhem. When you get to the end of the round, you'll even get a nice little cute cutscene. Now this is the motivation I need to keep playing.
Wonderful girl, could she be any cuter?
Overall, Yoshi's Cookie is a great, solid puzzler. With good visuals, simple rules, challenge, and tight control, it is a game that shouldn't be passed up. This is what I'm talking about though. This game, as well as most other NES puzzlers, feel exceptionally quality made. While a lot of these puzzle games can be found on other systems, something just feels so right with them here. Everything from the snappy controls, simple but fun graphics, and charming music makes games like Yoshi's Cookie stand out in the NES library. While the NES is known for kickstarting a new age in gaming, I feel as though these types of games perfected the single screen action that was popular during the time of the Atari 2600, similar to how the Super Nintendo went to perfect the NES style platformer. They're simple, fun games with a surprising amount of depth that are always great to play with friends. The greatest part is that these games are the ones that are the most available. Most of the sought after games are the ones that went on to start franchises or the ones that got a low print run. But most of these games can be found a dime a dozen, with the quality of a dozen hot and now Krispy Kreme donuts. Oh yeah. Yoshi's Cookie is not only a testament to the pantheon of amazing puzzlers on the NES, but it's also a testament to the cheap ones out there. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking about your Anticipations, your Tetrises, Blades of Steel, and all the rest. Even in today's market, these games show us that retro gaming still can be cheap and fun. So take this video as a sign to get a little adventurous. Go diving through that shelf of misfit games because, who knows, there's a pretty good chance you'll find something amazing. Oh, and about the cookies, turns out you can just eat them.